Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Hari Bol. Nitya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Hari Bol. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, वीरेंद्रराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, शिवगुण कृष्णदास प्रभु जी की जय. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you all devotees once again for our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session in English. Hare Krishna. So yesterday we have completed up to verse number 51 of chapter 18. Class was taken by Shona Prabhuji. So today also Prabhuji is available. We are lucky to have Prabhuji today. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we will start with verse number 52 today. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamadire. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktar Bhavati Nashtaki. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayade Girim Yat Kirvadam Hamande Paramananda Madhavam Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Sri Chaitanyam Isharam Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanam Janashadagya Chakshurun Milinam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupagadamakhyam Dadanti Sapadandiyam Vandeham Sri Guru Yudavadagamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Sagana Raghunathandidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Varjanasamitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Vadan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhandidamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagalpade Govesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Devi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vachatya Deshadarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaurabhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome once more all devotees. Hare Krishna. So today we will start with verse number 52. Hare Krishna. Shared already verse number 52. Hare Krishna. Dhaudha vasaha sujirnityam sarva mangala samyuda pujayet pradarashat prago vipran Shriramachyudam Dhaudavasaha Sujirnityam Sarvamangala Samyuga Pujaye Pradarashat Prago Vipran Shriyamachyudam. Translation purported by His Divine Grace Abhajaranarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Putting on washed clothing, being always pure and being adorned with the turmeric, sandalwood pulp and other auspicious items. Before breakfast, one should worship the cows, the brahmanas, the goddess of fortune and the supreme personality of Godhead. Translation once more. Putting on washed clothing, being always pure and being adorned with turmeric, sandalwood pulp and other auspicious items. Before breakfast, one should worship the cows, the brahmanas, the goddess of fortune and the supreme personality of Godhead. Puppet. If one is trained to honor the worship of cows and brahmanas, he is actually civilized. The worship of the Supreme Lord is recommended, and the Lord is very fond of the cows and brahmanas. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hidaya. In other words, a civilization in which there is no respect for the cows and brahmanas is condemned. One cannot become spiritually advanced without acquiring the Brahmanical qualifications and giving protection to cows. Cow protection ensures sufficient food prepared with milk, which is needed for an advanced civilization. One should not pollute civilization by eating the flesh of cows. A civilization must do something progressive, and then it is an Arya civilization. Instead of killing the cow to eat flesh, civilized men must prepare various milk products that will enhance the condition of society. If one follows the Brahmanical culture, he will become competent in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Srimad. Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So we are resuming our study on Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter. And today we are actually discussing from verse number 52. So chapter 18 entitled Diti vows to kill Indra. Yesterday we together saw 5 verses which was telling what are the don'ts. So Kashyapa Muni actually is instructing about the PULSAVANA Vrata to his wife, because his wife want to kill Indra, but indirectly Kashyapa Muni is giving a Vaishnava Vrata so that she will be purified, which he does not know, but indirectly he is giving instruction. So first 5 verses yesterday we discussed about the 5 things which you should not do during this Vrata. So that this Vrata is actually supposed to be followed for 1 year period of time so that she will get the benediction what she was praying for. So now today verse number 52 and 53 is again what we should do during this vrata. So that is being explained by Kashyapa Muni to his wife, DITI. So let us see today's verse 52. Translation Prabhupada, reading Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Putting on washed clothing, being always pure, and being adorned with turmeric, sandalwood pulp, and other auspicious items. Before breakfast, one should worship the cows, Brahmanas, the goddess of fortune, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are the do's. So putting on washed clothing, Srila Prabhupada emphasizes that every time we are going to a temple or we are going for any place of worship or satsang, we should always put fresh cloth. We should not use the old ones. Like if you have honored the prasadam, that cloth, the next program when you are going, you should not wear that. It is considered to be like we should wash it again. So it is almost like every day. When Prabhupada was in America, the age of 70, when Prabhupada went to America, you see, every day night Prabhupada used to actually wash his clothes. No? So that Gopal Agarwal, Sally Agarwal, she used to tell in her memories that every night she used to hear the sound, like Prabhupada is washing his clothes manually. Yeah, 70, yeah, almost a years like that time, 70 years old. But every day night, Prabhupada used to wash the clothes, and next day he will put fresh cloth. So that is our culture, Vedic culture. But modern day is different. People are not following this strictly, but in Krishna consciousness, it is recommended that we are put for every temple, every time we go for a program, and every time we have to wash. And I have seen many ISKCON devotees also in the temple. They will, after that day is completed, before sleeping, they will wash and dry the cloth. And next day, they will wear the fresh ones. So that's what here also said, putting on washed clothing, being always pure. Pure means pure in the heart and pure in the body, internal cleanliness and external cleanliness, and being adorned with turmeric. So turmeric is part of our culture, especially in our Vedic culture. The woman used to smear their body with the turmeric, and also we know medically it is having a lot of antiseptic and good for the skin and luster of the skin also. So adorned with the turmeric, sandalwood pulp. This is for fragrance and other auspicious items. And before breakfast, one should worship the cows. And part of our Vedic culture is to worship the cows. It's very important because cows are very dear to Krishna. That's what Prabhupada is saying the verse in the purport. Why we have to worship cows? Because cows are very dear to Krishna. And the Brahmanas, the goddess of fortune. The Brahmanas, when we say the Brahmanas, it means that those who are devotees of the Lord, not the caste Brahmanas, not like somebody taken in Brahmin family. It is not simply he is working in IT industry. It's not required that we go and worship him. The Brahmanas means one who are dedicating their life to Krishna consciousness, or one who is dedicating their life for spiritual life. So those people are considered to be Brahman. So Brahman means one who is close to Brahman. That's called Brahmana. The goddess of fortune is Lakshmi Devi, and Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So before breakfast, one should worship all these four personalities: cows, Brahmanas, goddess of fortune, and Sri Krishna. Prabhupada gives elaboration in the purport. If one is trained to honor and worship the cows and Brahmanas, if you see somebody is taken birth in a Brahminical family, from childhood he is given training. They will be trained how to worship the cows, and also the Brahmanas, how to give respect to them, how to worship them. He is actually civilized. The worship of the Supreme Lord is recommended. The Lord is very fond of cows and Brahmanas. So what is that Sastric evidence that Lord is very fond of cows and Brahmanas? Prabhupada quotes this verse. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmanya Hitacha, Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Every time we are offering the Bhoga to the Lord, we are actually reciting this mantra, because this mantra is actually glorifying that Krishna is very dear to Brahmanas and cows. And in other words, a civilization in which there is no respect for the cows and Brahmanas is condemned. So any civilization, especially the Western world, and many countries outside India, there is no respect for cows and Brahmanas, we can say. So Prabhupada saying that kind of civilization may look externally beautiful, but actually it is condemned. Very soon there will be problems. And currently, whatever war is happening, whatever problems, natural disasters, the devotees, they say that it is because of You are killing the cows. Every time we know that America is a very wealthy country and very affluent country. But if I see the news every time, there is a tsunami, there is tornadoes, there is always flooding. Now also last week Central Europe, it was fully flooded. It was, if you see the photos, you can see it was a very big disaster. So maybe sometimes it looks nice, but the time again and again, the natural disaster comes and make a lot of chaos
Calamity.
there. Yes, calamities. And that is because they are not actually protecting the cows. That's a Vedic conclusion, where cows and Brahmanas is condemned. One cannot become spiritually advanced without acquiring Brahminical qualifications. So what are the Brahminical qualifications? It is already very clear. If you want to be advanced in spiritual life, you should actually acquire uh, Brahminical qualifications. That is said in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What are the Brahminical qualifications? Samo, Damo, Tapo. And like you have to be ahimsa, and you have to speak the truth, you have to have self-control, you should study the scriptures. Like that, there are, I think, 8 qualities are mentioned as what is the Brahminical qualifications. So Brahminical qualification makes one, closer to God and giving protection to cows. Okay, this we see that one of the important responsibility of this Vaishya is actually cow protection and farming. That is Rishi Goraksha Vanijyam. That is also 18th chapter. So Krishna is telling 18th chapter, 3-4 verses, one for Brahmanas, one for Kshatriyas, what is his qualification, one for Vaishyas. Rishi Goraksha Vanijyam. That is for Vaishya. Vaishya means he should, his responsibility qualification is he should have farming and also cow protection. So that is part of the Chaturvarna Maya system, Krishna's creation with that 4 varnas, not based on birth, but based on guna, karma, vibhagasha, based on guna qualities and karma, based on activities. But many people, they misunderstand it is based on birth. No, it is never based on birth. Cow protection ensures sufficient food prepared with milk, which is needed for an advanced civilization. Now there is a movement called vegan movement. Vegan movement means we already heard vegetarian, non-vegetarian. Vegetarian means people eat vegetables all from plant sources. Okay, non-vegetarian means people take animal sources, animals also. But a vegan movement is gaining popularity. What is vegan movement? Vegan movement, they don't take anything which is coming from animals. Like they will take all the plants and everything, and but milk is coming from animal, cow, so they will not take milk. Honey is coming from bees, so they will not take bee, and they will not use this silk cloth also because it is coming from the silkworm. So anything which is coming from the animal source, they will not take. But scriptures, our Vedic scriptures does not classify food like that, vegan or our scripture classify food based on the guna. Guna means the food is classified into 3 types: sattvic, rajasic food, and tamasic food. So even though milk is coming from animal, still it is having sattvic nature. So now even onion and garlic is coming from plants. It is of rajasic and tamasic nature. So that's why even though it is a vegetarian food, we do not take it because it is having rajasic and tamasic quality ingrained in that vegetable. So even though it is vegetarian, it is Vaishnavas don't accept it. And even though milk is from an animal, we take milk because milk is in sattvic quality, in sattvic nature, sattvic food. So that's what we are actually classifying, and Prabhupada never recommended become vegan. But we can always take in moderation. If you take milk preparations, we cannot take too much. Take too much paneer, cheese, and all those things. Then again, we'll get health issues. But we should take milk, and especially in ISKCON, they recommend not to take they take ahimsa milk. Ahimsa milk means where the cows are protected. If possible, if it is available near wherever area we live, then we can try to consume ahimsa milk where the cows are protected, because normally in the dairy farming industry, once a cow will stop the production of milk, they will send it to the slaughterhouse. So that is not good. Ahimsa milk means the cows will be protected. They will take milk, and after that one stage, the cow will stop giving milk. They will just leave it for pasture, just for grazing, and they will protect the cows till the natural death comes. That is called as ahimsa milk. So in London and many places, this ahimsa milk is being sold now nowadays, where the cows are being protected. So it is recommended that this kind of milk has to be taken. If you see proper disciples, they mostly prefer to take ahimsa milk wherever they go. They don't take directly from the dairy farm. But if it is not available, then we can take that milk offered to Krishna. So that Sukriti gets to that cow also because it is offering the milk. So like that, the acharyas explain uh, for taking consuming milk. So milk is very important. Prabhupada says with milk your spiritual, spiritual life will improve because your brain becomes nourished to become more receptive to spiritual knowledge. So in scriptures always recommended to take milk, which is needed for an advanced civilization. One should not pollute civilization by eating the flesh of cows. So if you see many countries, they take beef. And of course, unfortunately, India is also one of the, they say, one of the largest exporter of beef. Okay, but this is actually contamination, or we can say it is a sinful activity. And consuming flesh of cows is actually very serious sin. They have to undergo a lot of punishment for suffering for this. Mm. And Prabhupada said that so what is advancement civilization means you take the milk and you prepare hundreds and 100 types of varieties of preparations. Like you go to any sweet shop, you can see there are milk sweets, like at least 50 varieties. They make so much, like sandesh, this one, that one. So much preparations are there. And from milk, we get, what is it, ghee, curd, laban, cheese, labne. And then we have so much, you can put a big list actually. And lot of sweets are being prepared. And if you go to any festival, ISKCON, you can see from milk how much kinds of preparations they are making. So Prabhupada says this is real intelligence, that you take a milk and then you prepare hundreds of preparations. That shows your intelligence. But directly going and cutting the animal, it is like a barbaric civilization. Because in olden days, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, it is said like, as in the history, they say people were Stone Age people. Stone Age people, what they will do, they will just cut an animal, put it in the fire and eat because they don't know how to cook, how to, so that is kind of civilization. Directly cut and take, Prabhupada says, that is an animal civilization. A civilization must do something progressive. Then it's called an Aryan civilization. What is Aryan civilization? Aryan civilization means it is not again birth related. Any civilization which gives importance to spiritual life or Krishna consciousness, that civilization is called as Aryan civilization. Arya, like that they say. So Krishna also addresses Arjuna as Aryan. Aryan. So Aryan means who gives importance to spiritual life. Same like we have Grahastha, Grahamedi, like that. Aryan civilization means they give importance to spiritual progress. Instead of killing the cow to eat flesh, civilized men must prepare various milk products that will enhance the condition of the society. Prabhupada is writing very important statement here. Instead of killing the cow to eat flesh like barbaric people, civilized men must prepare various milk products and that will enhance the condition of the society. So we know that so much milk products can be prepared with the milk. And of course, we can ask what about the ox? Means that will be used for tilling the land, natural way, eco-friendly way. If one follows a Brahminical culture, he will become competent in Krishna consciousness. And now we may ask, is it all practical? Yes, it is practical that if you see there are a lot of farm community in ISKCON where there is a model where they use the ox for tilling the land and also they use the cow and take liters and liters of milk and they prepare so much preparations. When I visited Pune also, there was one eco village, like from the Pune temple, they have one kind of farm community. This Grace Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu taken me there. And he said, milk is so much abundant. They don't know what to do with that milk. That much milk they are getting from the cows. They have a small goshala there. So with that, they are making so much milk preparations. It is possible, but we have to do little more effort for that. But at least from our stage, what we can do, His Holiness Bhakti Raghoswami Maharaj recommended that if you cannot protect the cows, at least give some charity because we are consuming milk every day. Every month we are taking milk, consuming milk. Some charity we should give to the organization which is actually protecting the cows. Okay, whatever money possible, we can give because we are consuming milk and what we are doing back to cows. What are we doing? Reciprocating. So some part of our money, like maybe whatever Indian money, which is affordable for you or affordable for us, we can donate. Like there are a lot of goshalas maintained in many temples, especially in ISKCON temples. A lot of goshalas are maintained. Vrindavan, Mayapur, all the temples, they are maintaining goshala. But in Mayapur, Vrindavan, you can see that they are maintaining thousands of cows. But other temples, ISKCON temples, maybe they are maintaining 3 to 4 cows or 5 cows like that. So you can regularly contribute by adopting a cow or feeding the cow. So like monthly 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees or whatever according to the capability, you have to give regularly. So that at least these cows you are contributing for the protection. In that way, we can also support in the cow protection. So that is one thing which Maharaj said. So uh, actually, I am following that every month auto debit I put. So it will go for this one, for there is some Goshala in Udupi, near Udupi. And Maharaj
Very
Bhakti
good.
Rao Maharaj, he is maintaining. So automatically it will be debited on certain date. So it is good. Why I am saying it's
Very good.
like to know like these systems are available where you can monthly contribute. If you put like auto debit, monthly certain money, whatever is affordable for you, that can be given for the Goshala. That will be used for protection of cows. So that is one good thing we can do. Prabhupada said, best use of bad bargain. We cannot change the complete society or country with whatever from our efforts. But if you are putting our part little bit, at least something can change. Because to run a Goshala also, we need a lot of money to maintain cows, to feed them, all those things. So at least the society should support. And if we don't support, what happens? Eventually, these Goshalas will be closed and these cows will be taken to slaughterhouse. So in that way, we can actually support in cow protection. So that is one of the things we can understand from this purport, that we should protect the cows and we should also worship the Brahmanas. That means the devotees of the Lord. By that we can please the Lord. Hare Krishna. Any
Hare
questions,
Krishna.
comments we have in this verse? We can discuss. If not, we can go to the next verse.
Krishna Sudarshan Vaste Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandat Pranam, Sugana Prabhu, Sugana Prabhu, and Rasamul Vaishnava Vaishnavis. Guru, first we will ask for the doubts if any. After that, we will go for comments.
Yes, Prabhu, here one Babuji explained that Aryans. So the meaning, Aryan cannot take goodness like the term of perfect gentleman. So there is a aim of Vedic scriptures is to induce human to become an Aryan in all respects.
Yes.
So,
Aryan means spiritual.
Yeah.
Their goal of life will be spiritual progress.
Spiritual progress. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu.
Krishna. Prabhuji, this Stone Age, Iron Age, and all.
Yeah.
There are some evidence.
Western history, right?
Prabhu, but since the Srishti, there were both civilized and uncivilized people. Parallelly, because all types of human beings and living beings were existing since beginning.
Yes.
Still beginning. Still many types are there.
Yeah, now also there are tribes.
Yes, even in the Andaman forest, 4 varieties are there, African forest and Amazon forest in South America. It's there.
Yes, very true. Yes.
And we are planning towns in Mars and Moon. Still there is poverty. There are people who don't have a square meal in a day. Many parts of it.
Correct.
So this Iron Age, Stone Age things, I think, do we need to approve all those? All historians.
According to our Vedic literature, there is nothing like that.
Yes. Correct.
You'll go as per our Vedic scriptures.
Yes, correct. Some people say what is called Satyuga as golden age, some silver age like that. But not in our parampara. We directly call Satyuga, Tradayuga, Davarayuga, Kaliyuga only.
Yes, correct.
And for many spiritual organizations, one yuga is only 5,000 years.
Yeah, correct. Like I know Brahma Kumaris, they say only 5,000.
Brahma Kumaris. Yeah. I had an argument with them regarding this. In Kuwait only. Kuwait they have an.
Yeah, they have established.
Yes. Not Messila. What is the Rumaitia near Salmia they have. And even this our Sadguru, Isha person,
Yeah.
Although he has not read the Bhagavad Gita, he is saying that it is 5,000 years. So he can't agree with that.
Already 5,000 completed now.
Yes, that's what Prabhu. They
Completed.
They all are concoction. Many of them are concoction.
Mental concoction.
He is worshipping Shiva, and he made a temple also of Shiva in Coimbatore, big temple and all. But he don't know actually who Shiva is.
Yeah. It is there.
And Prabhu, this yes, vegan team, we can definitely oppose them because we have scripture supporting.
Yes.
Because although Bhagavatam says Jivo Jivasya Jivanam, our Jivasya is animal. Sorry, plants, not animals.
Yes. Jiva Jivasya. Because human beings are expected to cause least pain.
Yes.
Least pain. So
pain.
least pain
Correct.
is consuming the plants and
plants, fruits.
Yeah.
And I have a request to all devotees, please refer Bhagavad Gita 18, 42, 43 and 44. 42 says about
qualifications of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya.
Yes, 9 qualities of Brahmana. 42, 43 says about 6 qualities of Kshatriya. And the next 42, 44 says about Vaishya and Sudras.
Yes.
That will be very useful. And people don't know what the importance, what cow actually is. And they are considering cow like any other animal. As Shivana Prabhu told, we cannot make a mass change immediately because all types will be there during all times. At least we can take care of ourselves and our dear and near who listen to us, who follow in the sense who for whom we become a nimittam to follow. So, as Prabhu told, we cannot do cow protection directly. So that's a very wonderful idea. Whatever is possible, donate. We have a monthly income, so one part of that monthly income, let it go for Vaishnava. Let it be very small, but it will be appreciated by Vaishnavas, Acharyas. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for this. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we will move to next 53, verse number 53.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. You want to, Mataji, you read?
I can read. Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah,
I can read. Hare Krishna.
Srimad.
Okay, Prabhuji. Striyo viravatischarchit Shragrandabali mandanaihi Patim charchayo patisteta Dhyayat kostagatim chatam Striyo viravatischarchit Shragrandabali mandanaihi Patim charchayo pratisteta Dhyayat kostagatim chatam. Scroll down, Prabhuji. Translation. With flower garlands, sandalwood pulp, ornaments, and other paraphernalia, a woman following this vow should worship women who have sons and whose husbands are living. The pregnant wife should worship her husband and offer him prayers. She should meditate upon him, thinking that he is situated in her womb. Translation once again. The flower garland, sandalwood pulp, ornaments, and other paraphernalia, a woman following this vow should worship women who have sons and whose husbands are living. The pregnant wife should worship her husband and offer him prayers. She should meditate upon him, thinking that he is situated in her womb. Purport. The child in the womb is a part of the husband's body. Therefore, the husband, through his representative, indirectly remains within the womb of his pregnant wife. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. We go next two verses. 54. Also read Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Samvatsaram. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Somebody reading, Prabhu?
No, you can read.
Read.
Samvatsaram pumsavanam vratam yetad aviplutam dharyasiyasyasi chetubhyam shakraha bhavita sutaha samvatsaram pumsavanam vratam yetad aviplutam dharyasiyasyasi chetubhyam shakraha bhavita sutaha. Translation. Kashyapa Muni continued, if you perform this ceremony called Pumsavana, adhering to the vow with faith or at least 1 year, you will give birth to a son destined to kill Indra. But if there is any discrepancy in the discharge of this vow, the son will be a friend to Indra. Translation once again. Kashyapa Muni continued, if you perform this ceremony called Pumsavana, adhering to the vow with the faith of at least 1 year, you will give birth to a son destined to kill Indra. But if there is any discrepancy in this discharge of this vow, the son will be a friend to Indra. Hare Krishna.
Next one also. 55. 3.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Bhadam iti apyupetyatha ditirajan mahamanaha Kashyapat garbham adatha vratam chanjo dadarsha bhadam itya apyupetyata iti rajan mahamanaha Kashyapat garbham adatha vratam chanjo dadarasa. Translation. O King Parikshit, Diti, the wife of Kashyapa, agreed to undergo the purificatory process known as Pumsavana. Yes, she said, I shall do everything according to your instructions. With the great jubilation, she became pregnant, having taken semen from Kashyapa, and faithfully began discharging the vow. Translation once again. O King Parikshit, Diti, the wife of Kashyapa, agreed to undergo the purificatory process known as Pumsavana. Yes, she said, I shall do everything according to your instructions. With great jubilation, she became pregnant, having taken semen from Kashyapa, and faithfully began discharging the vow. Wow. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So go to 3 verses. Okay, Hare Krishna.
We can read, I think, two, three verses more, because only translation is there. We can continue because not much to discuss. Because can go 2, 3 verses more.
Okay. So which one we read? 55, right?
I will read, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Badham iti Badham 56, bro?
Yeah, 56.
Okay. Matra swasur abhiprayam Indra ajnaya Manatam Mataswasu Aviprayam
It'll sound less, Guruji.
Indra Ajna Manatam Shushrusha Dene Shushrushanena Ashrama Suttam Ditim Paryacharat Kavihi Shushrusane Ashramastam Ditim Paryacharet Kavihi. O king, translation. O king, who are respectful to everyone, Indra understood Diti purpose, and thus he contrived to fulfill his own interest. Following the logic that self-preservation is the first law of nature, he wanted to break Diti's promise. Thus he engaged himself in the service of Diti, his aunt, who was residing in an ashrama. O king, who are respectful to everyone, Indra understood Diti's purpose, and thus he contrived to fulfill his own interest. Following the logic that self-preservation is the first law of nature, he wanted to break Diti's promise. Thus he engaged himself in the service of Diti, his aunt, who was residing in an ashrama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. 56, 57.
Okay. Nityam vana sumanasya Nityam vana sumanashaha Phala Mula Samit Kushan Phala Mula Samit Kushan Patrangura Mruto Apascha Kale Kala Upahartat Patrangura Mruto Apascha Kale Kala Upaharat. Indra served, translation, Indra served his aunt daily by bringing flowers, fruits, and wood for yajnas from the forest. He also brought kusha grass, leaves, sprouts, earth, and water exactly at the proper time. Indra served his aunt daily by bringing flowers, fruits, and wood for yajnas from the forest. He also brought kusha grass, leaves, sprouts, earth, and water exactly at the proper time. Exactly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. 58.
What are you reading?
Yeah.
Okay. Evam tasya vratasya evam tasya vratasya Vrata harir nrapaha evam tasya vratasya vrata chidram harir nrapaha prepsu paryachare charajityo mruka eva mruga krita kriti prepsu paryachare jihmo mruga heva mruga kriti. Translation: O King Parishit, as the hunter of a deer becomes like a deer by covering his body with deer skin and serving the deer, so Indra, although hurt the enemy of the son of Diti, became outwardly friendly and served Diti in a faithful way. Indra's purpose was to cheat Diti as soon as he could find some fault in the way she discharged the vows of ritualistic ceremony. However, he wanted to be undetected and therefore he served her very carefully. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji. So, Guruji will explain now.
We can proceed, Prabhu. We can go for 2 more verses. Yes.
2 more.
See, after 61, verse number 61, there is purport. We can go up to verse number 61.
Okay.
Three verses more. 59, 60, 61.
59 and 61. Somebody reading?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Able to read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
59, 60, 61, no?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
59.
Yeah.
Nyadya gachat pradachitram tatparo adamahi pathe chindam tivram Shakraha kename syat shivam toiha. Translation by Stephen Grace. Translation. Oh, master of the entire world, when Indra could find no fault, thought, how will there be good for anxiety? Next verse, 1860. Ekata satu sandhyaya uchishta pradakarshita asprishta vari adautangrihi sushwapa vidhi mohita. Translation by Stephen Grace. Having grown weak and thin because of strictly following the principles of vow, Diti once unfortunately neglected to wash her mouth, hands and feet after eating and went to sleep during the evening twilight. Next verse.
61.
61. Labdva tat andaram shakro nidrabhridachetasaha dite pravishta dharam yogesho yogamayaya. Translation and purport. Finding this fault, Indra, who has all the mystic powers, the yoga siddhis such as Anima and Lakhima, entered Diti's womb while she was unconscious, being fast asleep. Purport. A perfectly successful yogi is expert in 8 kinds of perfection. By one of them, called Anima Siddhi, he can become smaller than an atom, and in that state, he can enter anywhere. With this yogic power, Indra entered the womb of Diti while she was pregnant. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, very interestingly, the story continues. Now, Kashyapa Muni already given instruction, and Diti is very enthusiastic to perform this vow with great jubilation in the verse number 55. And then she became pregnant also, and faithfully started following the whatever the rituals which is required for the PULSAVANA. She was very jubilant and she was performing the vow. And what happened? Indra, he came into the picture. He came to serve her in in a covered way, like showing that he is very affectionate and he want to take. But actually, Indra's purpose was somehow to see what fault she is doing so that he can kill the progeny, so that there is no threat for him. So Indra understood Diti's purpose, and he saw that he want to protect. Prabhupada, self-preservation is the first law of nature. So anybody, first of all, they will try to protect themselves. Then only they will try to help others. So in that way, now Indra came to the ashram as like in a friendly way to serve her, and daily he was serving her by bringing flowers, fruits, roots, and kusha grass, all these things. And an example analogy is given by Shukadeva Goswami. Just like a hunter becomes like a deer to kill the deer, but he comes covering himself with the deer skin. So Indra served Diti with the deceit in order to find a fault in her vow. So this is some fault he want to find out. So this is Indra's intention. Even though externally he was serving, inside intention was different. Now, but she is following very strictly, and Indra is not able to find out any mistake in her vow. So then his anxiety grow, and then he thought, what will happen to me if she will follow for 1 year properly? Then the son who will come out, he will kill me. So Indra was worried. Then Diti is continuously doing austerity. Now we are also sometimes fasting for Ekadasi, or we become like very exhausted at the end of that. So like that, Diti is continuously fasting and so much austerity, not fasting, so much austerity she is doing. So she has grown weak because of the so much ritual she has to do. So one day what happened, Diti unfortunately neglected to wash her mouth, hands and feet. Because if you remember, in the beginning, Kashyapa Muni has told that every time you honor food, you should actually wash your mouth, hand and feet after eating. And also she went to sleep during the evening twilight. Evening twilight is not recommended for going to sleep. So these two mistakes she did. Then Indra saw this is the perfect chance. Indra then what he did, that is now verse we are reading. Indra entered Diti's womb. How did Indra enter the Diti's womb? Because here you can say the word is that Yogesha means he's having mystic powers. What are the mystic powers? We know that 8 kinds of Ashtasiddhis are there. Anima, Lahima, Mahima, Sarshti, Samip, like that, So many things are there. One of the mystic power is to actually become as a Anima, being very small. And then he entered Diti's womb, where while she was unconscious and she was sleeping, he entered Diti's womb. Then we can see what Indra did, that we can see tomorrow. That is suspense. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. She didn't wash hand. What is Prabhu?
Prabhu, yes, she did not wash hands.
Mouth,
and,
mouth, hand and feet.
Mouth
and feet.
Yeah. Okay. So part of that vrata is he should, after honoring prasad, he should do all these things. Because she was very tired, she forgot to do that, or she exhausted. Unfortunately, neglected to wash her mouth, hands and feet after eating, and went to sleep during the evening period. Okay, so now Indra entered her womb, and what Indra will do, what happened, you can see next. So any questions or comments?
First question.
Anything to add?
Okay, now question. Santa Prabhu was saying something. Please.
No, I don't have any question. Just comments. Just in from these points, we can follow. Means as a devotee, we can do. So whatever the austerities means, we are before sleeping or before we are from outside, we are entering into the home. So we can wash your hands. Before that was there, but still, we are not reluctant to do that one.
Yes. But mention is,
yeah.
Everybody should follow.
In fact, as per olden Vedic strict rules, it is bath. After going outside, before entering, full bath.
Wash your feet and
at least feet.
And
that is from knee downwards, elbow downwards, and face.
Yes.
Yes, that everyone can do. Even in every modern life also that can be done.
Yes.
Even bath is possible if you have that energy and time. But
before outside the home, before there was in all the outside of the home there was in
pond.
Vessel.
Yeah, there is to vessel.
They are keeping vessels.
Correct.
Washing their legs, but nowadays there is no things. We are not following it.
Near the houses of Brahmana, there used to be at least a pond, if not a river or a canal. At least a small pond used to be there.
Yes.
When we are doing that Vaishnava culture course, there are 2 courses. One is Vaishnava etiquette, other one is Vaishnava culture. Just told that who should take how many baths in a day and what time, as per Varna Asrama.
Also, Prabhu yesterday explained how the we are going outside. We have to the Madajis what to means.
Yes.
Just to
just nicely dress decently. And decorate nice.
But nowadays we cannot say in India. So they are right. They say that there is their right.
Girls are claiming that wearing shorts is their right. That too, small shorts.
Yeah.
With the sandal curry. This
It's okay.
should-
Kali Kala's effect we cannot. Achha, here, if you have time, I will just remember one thing about the Sandhya Samayam, evening time. That is
Yeah.
Sayana Sandhya.
Voice I am Sandhya. Yeah.
So, in that, before in Bhagavatam, one more explanation is given why it is not advised to take bath or eat or sleep or indulge in physical relation. The reason was given. Anybody remembering? I know some of you may remember. If I give clue, all will remember.
Lord Shiva roams with.
Yes, Prabhu. Lord Shiva and Bodhagana, they are patrolling at that time. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. When mother.
And that's why Hiranyakashipu.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Hiranyakashipu.
Lord.
No, Hiranyakashipu. No.
Lord Narasimha killed Hiranyakashipu on the same evening time, Sandhya Samay.
No. That is not because that. That is because he asked for a boon. He should not be killed in day or night.
Yeah. That is they are not right. That is okay.
No, I'll tell. I got your point, Prabhu. So that is all these activities like sleeping, even taking bath. We should take bath before Sunday, in fact. Taking bath, eating, having physical relation, these all are not permitted because Lord Shiva and his Bodhaganas, they are awake, and awake means they are present everywhere. They are patrolling at that time. So, Mother Didi wanted to have a child at that time. That time was not auspicious. That is why Hiranyakashipu became cruel. Hiranyasha became cruel. They became bad people. When the children became bad because of effect of that time. And he was killed during Sandhya because he wanted a boon that he should not be killed either in day or night.
Correct.
Very auspicious time.
Thank you, Guruji.
Discuss, highlight, Krishna.
Thank you, Shivana Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, all devotees also.
Very much. Now, although Shivana Prabhuji duty time change, it is bad for him but good for us. Now we can have
blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise. Yeah. Because I said a blessing in disguise. Although Prabhu got
last
some
week also we got 2 days. Last week
actually I am getting association of all your devotees. I am getting opportunity to read Bhagavatam with all the devotees.
Guruji's resting time will be used for us only. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the opportunity.
Prabhu has done so much for our congregation. Like I always say, like Prabhupada is our preeminent Shiksha Guru for ISKCON. Prabhu is our preeminent Shiksha Guru for our association. Yes.
Nothing like that.
Because in the beginning, Prabhu was the only preacher. Prabhu. Every week, Prabhu has to take class. Every festival, Prabhu has to take class.
I see.
So I remember those days. Then after the devotees came in, then Prabhu got have some rest. The rest were very Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
So, thank you all devotees for joining. Hare Krishna. Please do join tomorrow also. Hare Krishna, same time.
Hare.
So we'll chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for
all assembled
all the assembled devotees for everybody's.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare